Maybe no one has sacrificed more during this COVID pandemic than our kids, most stuck at home, spending hours in front of a screen as parents and teachers work around new challenges to bring them schoolwork.
And students may feel like they're wandering without guidance. Parents and educators are wondering if their kids will ever return to normal and if this has been a lost year.
Kyle Beachy has more in tonight's special report.
Hallways like this one, usually packed with students, now largely empty across central Illinois. It's been a difficult year for schools, but has it been a total loss?
We will close all K-12 schools, public and private, statewide.
With no warning and little preparation, schools closed their doors last March as the COVID pandemic took hold on America.
It all happened so quickly. Started with panic. And then quickly it was, you have to roll with the punches. It's craziness.
At times, awkward remote learning became the norm, and suddenly students spent their days at home staring at a screen.
We were all scrambling to just try and get good content for them.
We set up my computer on a little stool and sit on the floor and make little pointers and try to somehow give them some sense of consistency.
Many encountered inevitable issues with technology.
Anytime you give a 3-year-old a tablet, it's going to be a little tricky.
Internet issues in their own home, whether they have internet or they don't.
In the spring, worries were for the youngest students. Critical developmental skills hang in the balance.
It's just not the same. It is absolutely not the same. It's the human interaction that produces language development.
And after summer break, everyone thought we'd be fine, right?
It was just back to the drawing board. Let's try this one more time. We have to make adjustments.
Each school district came up with a plan, all offering parents the choice to keep their kids at home, some sending students back to class, and others trying out a hybrid schedule with a mixture of remote and in-person learning. But even a return to the building presented new challenges, like keeping masks on 5- and 6-year-olds.
We thought that would be impossible. Much to our surprise, it's been just fine.
Despite good intentions and hours of effort, some students began falling behind. It became more obvious as the school year went on and on and on. For many, progress just wasn't there, and what to do about it remains a question.
I think we'll be paying for this as a society for a long time.
Some of our students, there was deficits that began to develop.
Yes, we will need to see remediation for sure, but we always need to see remediation for certain children.
We worked really hard with helping catch those students up.
I don't believe that it's going to be anything long-term.
Besides their studies, other issues arose.
I think that in some ways a bigger concern is really the mental health issues.
Impacts kids, it impacts teachers, it impacts parents.
I have a life too, and we are working so hard in class and in school, and we're taking that over into our home lives. So
What's that been like?
hard. It's hard when you have a new kid. You have kids at home.
For some teachers and administrators, the struggles have brought unity.
You're not alone. We're trying to all do this together.
But they know it's about the kids, and remote learning doesn't offer the same education.
Sometimes they don't have support that they get here.
A lot of our biggest struggle here is students just feeling overwhelmed and feeling like they're not going to be able to catch up.
Do you think that schools are failing the students?
No, absolutely not. I think that teachers are working harder than ever.
Do you think this is a lost year?
We've had challenges this year for sure. It is a different year. Some have done better than others, so it's difficult to just characterize it as a lost year.
But these teachers are optimistic.
I think that we have the right plan in place to keep them all on the same page.
I think that they really are going to be at the same pace because we're making it as cohesive as we can between the two.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. But the growth I've still seen, even through all of this with my kiddos, is substantial.
Many schools are offering extra help, real in-person learning, one-on-one with students. Some teachers are making house calls to help with homework or simply to wish a student a happy birthday.
Nothing can stop teaching. It's one of those things that you can always find a way to learn. You can find a way to reach the kids.
We may not find out anytime soon whether remote or hybrid learning actually reached students or where it may have missed. Many advocates pressing for elimination of the state's usual standardized testing. The Illinois State Board of Education has already postponed spring testing to March 15th at the earliest. That date would mark 1 full year since school as we knew it ended for students across Illinois. I'm Kyle Beachy, reporting for Heart of Illinois ABC.